Hi everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at the Twister 30-watt kit by Freemax. It does come with the Fireluke 22 tank and it's going to have two coils that come with it, but one is a mouth to lung and one is a direct lung. Good thing about the direct lung is that you can actually vape it mouth to lung too, and I'm going to be showing you all about that. So before I go any further, let's go ahead and go down. We're going to take a look at this, then we're going to come back up. We're going to vape on it, do a little mouth to lung vaping, a little direct lung vaping, do pros and cons. Let's go ahead and go down and look at the Twister 30-watt kit by Freemax. Okay, so here we are with the Twister 30-watt kit by Freemax. This is the box that it comes in. It is made for direct lung or mouth to lung, and it is using that new stainless steel 904L mesh in the coils. So this is the box that it comes in. And on the back, you're going to get some kit contents and specifications. If you want to go ahead and pause the video. And then inside, you're going to get your user manual, and this does come in a multitude of languages, so you can go ahead and read that. You're also going to get your warranty card, so you can go ahead and fill that out, and it's got all the information on it. Then you get a warning card. This warning is not to use it near fire source or stored in high temperatures, so I would not recommend leaving it in a car if you were in Florida like me. You're going to get the mod, which does hold a 1400 milliamp hour internal battery. You're going to get your Fireluke 22 tank. You're going to get a standard USB charging cable, but this does have 1.5 amp fast charging. You're going to get a spare glass. The glass is actually 2 mil capacity. With the bubble glass that it currently has on it, it is 3.5 mil capacity. So we'll go ahead and put that aside. Then we're going to have an extra drip tip. Where do kits like this ever bring you 2 drip tips? This is fantastic in my opinion. So you're going to get a standard drip tip, which is a 510, but this one actually has like that little curved shape to it. And then if you like this one better, they actually give you a spare one as well. So this is like mouth to lung users usually like to use the longer ones, and this would be more for direct lung. So you do have options there, which I really like. In addition to that, you're going to get a spare coil, which I'm going to be showing you in a little bit. And of course, your device. So first we're going to go over the Fireluke 22. So here is the Freemax Fireluke 22 millimeter tank. This does hold, again, 3.5 mils of e-liquid with the bubble glass, 2 mils of e-liquid with the spare glass. It does have that 510 drip tip. I absolutely love this drip tip. It does have like some colors and stuff. It is made of resin. And then it does have the spare drip tip that you can use, which is also a 510. And this one, it's just going to make it a little bit longer, so you can use that one. I personally like the shorter one, but I did want to show you that one. And then this does have top fill, but it's got a really nice top fill. Usually push open fill ports or fill tops usually have like they're a little bit loose if they don't have a lock on it. Freemax has made this with a lock. So if you see the red dot right there, that means that that's where that fill hole is. But to open it, you do have to lift it up to push it back. So it does have that locking mechanism automatically built in. So to lift it back, you're going to lift it up, push it back, and then it's going to open up so that you can fill it right there. It's a pretty decent size hole for a 22 millimeter tank, to be honest with you. Then once you close it up, it automatically locks into place and you would have to lift it up again. So I absolutely love the fact that they put a locking mechanism on this. That's one of my biggest pet peeves for top slide fill. So on the bottom, you do have some airflow, but this is not any ordinary airflow. The airflow, there's one on this side where you can use slits, and then there's one on this side which is just for dots. This is strictly like mouth to lung. So in this way, you can actually use it for direct lung or mouth to lung. This way, being fully open, there's a full slit there. Then you've got some dots, and the dots actually go from smaller to bigger. So you've got small, medium, large, and then the big hole, which is more of a slot. So you can actually cut this down to mouth to lung if you want to do it that way too, or just restrict your direct lung as well by cutting down this side. Or you can use this side, which using this side, what you're gonna do is that's actually gonna be your biggest hole, then your smaller hole, and then smaller, and then the smallest. So you can actually go ahead and adjust it that way as well to make it very restrictive. And then on the bottom, this is a 22 millimeter in diameter tank. It does say Freemax. You've got all your serial numbers and warnings on it. It does have a protruding 510. You've got some nice knurling on the sides to grip the bottom. So to open it up, you're actually just going to twist the bottom off like this. This is actually your base cup right there. That's where your airflow and stuff is. But your coil is actually a push-in coil. So all we need to do to take that coil out is just go ahead and pull it out. And this is going to be your direct lung coil. It does come with two. You've got the direct lung and then you've got the mouth to lung coil. This is the Freemax coil. This one is the 0.5 ohm resistance coil. And this one is good between 15 to 30 watts. So if you're a direct lung vapor or you like a more restrictive direct lung, you definitely want this one. This one here is actually going to be your mouth to lung coil. So using this is definitely going to restrict it because look at that hole compared to the hole here. And this is mesh, by the way. So there you go. And then this one here is a lot smaller and narrower to restrict that airflow. And this one here is the Freemax mouth to lung coil, and this one is 1.5 ohms and it goes from 5 to 12 watts. So this is actually the mouth to lung coil. We're actually going to be using the 0.5 ohm resistance coil, but I also want to use it so I can show you that you can actually vape mouth to lung with this coil as well. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and prime up the coil first to help it get saturated a little bit faster, but you still always want to wait at least 5 minutes whenever you have a new coil in so that it'll get nice and saturated so you won't burn it out when you first vape on it. And I'm just going to put just a little bit in there. And then all we need to do is just pop the coil in like this, push it in, and it's installed. And then put in the base. Really, really nice, easy to put together. And then to fill it, what we want to do is find that little red dot. You can twist this, by the way. It doesn't matter. It's not going to do anything. So you can find that red dot. You're going to push it, pick it up and push. And then go ahead and put in your e-liquid. Again, 3.5 mils of e-liquid for this bubble glass. Okay, there we go. And then to close it, that's all you need to do. You don't have to worry about it moving or anything like that. You can't push it open accidentally. You do have to lift it in order to fill it. So I do like that. So let's go ahead and look at the mod. So here we are with the Freemax 30 watt mod. It does say Freemax here, twister there, twister here. You've got your USB port right there on top. It does have a spring-loaded 510 right there. And then it does say designed by Freemax, freemaxvapes.com. And then you've got your power button. And then also you've got something on the bottom. This is actually how you adjust the wattage. Now this does start off at 7.5 watts. That's what those little dots do. It goes from 7.5 watts to 30 watts. So every increment that you actually adjust it is 2.5 watts. So going from 7.5 watts to 10 watts is 2.5 watts. The next one, would be 12.5 watts. Then you've got 15 watts. 17.5, 20 watts, 22.5, 25, 27.5, and 30. So that's the max is 30 watts. So really, really nice. On the bottom, it does say twister, and you've got a lot of vent holes for the battery. It does have a 1400 milliamp hour internal battery, which is a nice size battery, to be honest with you. Now, this is a very, very easy, simple to use kit because all you have is a power button. And that power button is either going to turn it on or turn it off with 5 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns the device on. And then 5 clicks turns it off. And now it's off. So we'll go ahead and turn it back on. And it's going to flash the LED. Now, when you're vaping, this is actually going to be green. It's red now because there's no tank on it. It'll actually be green first, and then when it gets down to red, you definitely want to charge it. It does have 1.5 amp fast charging, so if this was completely dead, it would only take you about 80 minutes to fully charge it. That's how fast the charging is. It's got all the built-in regulatory protections as well. So let's go ahead and put this on here, and we're going to go ahead and go on top. We're going to have a vape, and we're going to try this in both direct lung and mouth to lung mode. And then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. So there is the Twister 30 watt by Freemax. Okay, so here we are back on top with the Twister 30 watt kit by Freemax. Again, it does come with the Fireluke 22 tank. So before anything, I'm going to go ahead and have a vape, and then we're going to talk more about it and do some other vaping. So let's go ahead and try it. I do have it fully open and on 20 watts. Not bad for 20 watts, right? Absolute amazing flavor. I'm getting great flavor on this, but we're going to go into pros and cons a little bit later. The flavor is just yum. But okay, so that is fully open, and I do have the direct lung coil in here. I have tested the mouth to lung, but the great thing about the direct lung is that you can actually switch it from direct lung to mouth to lung just by adjusting it, which is great. So again, I do have it fully open with all the slits and the holes and everything else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down from here, and I'm not going to go directly to the small hole yet. I'm just going to bring it down. Now I've taken off that last slit, and we only have the 4 holes open. So I'm going to go ahead and have a vape. Restrictive direct lung. Yum. So I have to say yum, sorry. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it down, and I'm going to have it just with 2 holes open. So we're down to 2 holes. Can you see that? There we go. 2 holes. So let's go ahead and have a vape now. We just converted it to a mouth to lung. Now that's a looser mouth to lung. I'm going to go ahead and drop it down to just the 1 hole from that same slit, and then we'll do that 1 hole on the other side. So there we are with everything tuned down except for 1 hole. Let's go ahead and have another vape. Perfect mouth to lung. Now I'm going to change it to just the hole on the other side. So let me just turn this. There we go. And I'm just going to use that little hole is now open. It's closed when you're using the other side. So let's go ahead and have a vape. It's crazy what this thing can do. It's crazy. You can literally take it from direct lung to mouth to lung, back to direct lung, whatever you're in the mood for, and you don't even have to change out the coil. That to me is a definite pro. And I'm saying that because even though you do have the mouth to lung coil, if you go for the other coil, don't think that you can't mouth to lung it, because you can with this device. You've got 2 separate different adjustments. You've got all the slits with the holes, plus you've actually got the hole on the other side as well to reduce it. So I think that's great. Now, when you're using it in mouth to lung mode, of course, you're going to reduce the wattage. With this coil, you can use it from 15 to 30 watts in direct lung mode. If you're going to be using it as mouth to lung, I suggest reducing it a little bit, maybe like 15 watts, being around there, and that is sufficient for this coil for the mouth to lung action. Now, first off, it's really, really handy in the hand. It's really lightweight, and I love the fact that it's got a simple fill method, but it has a lock on it. So that is definitely a pro for me. In addition to that, they give you 2 drip tips. Like, who does that? For a kit like this, to have 2 different kinds of drip tips that you can use, I think is amazing that they offer that. I haven't ever seen a kit like this come with 2 different drip tips. So let's go ahead and take a vape with the long drip tip. It's good, and it's resin also. So it's not like an extra plastic. Both of them are made of resin, which I think is another huge pro. I actually like it like this. I like both drip tips. I don't know. I like the other one, but I also like this one. But I like my mouth to lung more on like this with the longer side open, not just that hole. That's perfect for me from mouth to lung. Direct lung, of course, fully open, but even with this drip tip, I really like it. So it doesn't matter. So another pro is going to be the flavor. The flavor on here is absolutely amazing. Of course, it has that tea fiber cotton, which of course enhances the flavor just a little bit. It really gives it a good flavor. It's using that stainless steel 904L mesh as well, which is also good. It has a 1400 milliamp hour internal battery. That is awesome for a kit like this. Again, this is like a starter kit in my opinion. I think this would be great for somebody who's transitioning but doesn't want like a pod system, but they do want a mouth to lung. I think this would be a great choice for them. You do have the optional glass as well, so if they want like a 2 ml capacity opposed to the 3.5, they can do that also if they don't like the look of it with the bubble glass. So that's awesome. Again, that lock feature on the fill method, I think is definitely a huge pro. You don't have to worry about opening it accidentally. I think that's key. Now, with anything like this, of course, any type of vape device, to be honest with you, you do not want to leave it in any type of heat. You don't want it to be in direct heat. You don't want to leave something like this in your car. You don't want to put it in your pocket with change or coins or anything like that. Anything like that, it does not go good with batteries. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of it. This, to me, I think is a really, really nice, easy device. You can easily put in your pocket. You can easily put in your purse. You can take it on the go. I really like that. I'm going to change out the drip tip. I like this drip tip, but I won't lie. I like the little shorty a little bit better. But yeah, so I really like this. It's very inexpensive and it comes in 6 different colors. I'm going to go ahead and leave the colors up here for you so that you can have a look at them. They have green, gold, blue, rainbow like this, black, and stainless. So whatever your color preference is, there you go. With the original Twister 80 watt, that one came with like some graffiti type of colors. Everybody was asking for more plain colors. So I really like that they went and they listened to them and they did that. Having a device that you can use either direct lung or mouth to lung, I think it's a really, really great because you can transition. As you're starting to vape, you can start off mouth to lung, you can increase it a little bit and go up with airflow. And I think that that's a great option that they're offering. Freemax has always been top notch when it comes to coils, when it comes to flavor, when it comes to their devices. I think that they really, really hit it out of the park. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for my review. Let me know down in the comments how you like this. What are your thoughts on it? Now, one thing I did fail to mention is, again, when you're vaping it, you're going to have a green light. When that turns red, it's time to charge it. That's how you will know. Again, it does have 1.5 amp fast charging also. So that's definitely another pro for me. And it just looks absolutely sexy. It's great. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. That's all you need to do with this device. You don't have to know about wattage, temperature, or anything like that. Your wattage is on the bottom, but it's very, very easy. And it clicks right into place wherever you go so that you know that you're changing it. It's not like you can accidentally change it. So yeah, so let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this, and I will see you in my next one.